Here I'm going to set up a VRS survey style. So I would go to the burger button, go to settings, survey styles. I'm going to either create a new, or you can select one and copy. For this, I'm just going to hit new. Style name, I'm going to call this test VRS. It's going to be a style type of GNSS. It's not conventional, nor is it integrated surveying. Accept. So for rover options, I'm going to leave it as RTK, but I'm going to change my broadcast format to a VRS CMR solution. This can get changed to a VRS RTCM if it's an SP85. Can also be set to a multi-station CMR if you're working in New York State using NISNet. But that's for a later time. So the antenna I'm going to leave as an R12i, measured to the bottom of quick release. I'm going to leave the antenna height and serial number as question marks because it'll populate the serial number and the antenna height can be changed. Tilt compensation can all stay. For KeyNet and a lot of other services, I want to store my points as vectors. If you leave this set as vectors and the correction service can't do vectors, it will pop up with a warning to tell you that it'll only store as positions. Vectors give you a lot more data when bringing the information into TBC. I'm going to leave the elevation mask at 10 degrees. PDOT mask, I leave at 6. It can be changed. Users can change that as well. And turn on all of the satellite tracking. I don't touch the auto tolerance, and I leave the exfil on and hit accept. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the rover data link and double check how I have it set up. I want this set as an internet connection. From this screen here, now what I would do is I would either select a GNSS contact that I have already made, or I can create one. So it takes us back to our connections. These are all ones that I already have made. If I'd like to create a new one, I would give it a name, tell it what it's going to connect to. So it would be the controller internet. And then I tap on corrections. I leave all of this the same. This is where you would add your Ntrip username and password, which is your KeyNet username and password. The IP address, which if you use the URL, would be vrs.keynetgps.com, port 2101, enter, and then I would store it. I'm going to back out of that. I can select one here, so VRS, accept. This box here is if you would like it to pop up and ask you for what VRS network you want to connect to. As you can see, my collector has several on there, so I generally do check that box so that way I can pick which network. If you're only going to be connecting to KeyNet, you can leave that unchecked and hit accept. Then the rest of these topo point, all of that is all, once again, end user changeable. So at that point, we would store it, and there we have our VRS test survey style.